Welcome to this exciting journey through the greatest books ever written. Each episode highlights 10 must-read books. Whether you're a lifelong reader or just starting your literary adventure, these are the books that everyone should experience at least once. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of words.
Silas Marner tells the story of a weaver who, after being wrongfully exiled from his religious community, settles in the rural village of Ravello. He lives a lonely, isolated life until he adopts a child, Eppie, whose presence transforms his existence. The novel explores themes of family, belonging, and social identity. Silas's relationship with Eppie challenges the traditional notions of family based on bloodlines, emphasizing instead emotional and social connections. The work is a reflection on how individuals find their place within a community, with a strong focus on personal redemption and societal integration. The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter. The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter, one of the earliest surviving works of Japanese fiction, tells the story of Kaguya Hime, a princess of extraordinary beauty found as a baby by a bamboo cutter. As her fame spreads, 5 suitors are chosen to compete for her hand in marriage. Unwilling to marry, Kaguya Hime assigns each of them impossible tasks, which they all fail to complete. Their failures not only demonstrate their deception but also give rise to proverbs that reflect the lessons of their misadventures. The story remains a cornerstone of Japanese literature, embodying themes of beauty, desire, and the folly of ambition. Love Medicine. Love Medicine by Louise Erdrich is a novel that spans 50 years, depicting life in and around a North Dakota Chippewa reservation. Beginning in the 1930s and extending to the 1980s, the story follows 2 main families as their lives intersect through marriage, infidelity, and strong familial and unconventional bonds formed under hardship. The book is often seen as a metafictional narrative, with storytelling as its central theme. It explores the influence of Catholicism on identity, contrasting the experiences of Native American Catholics with those of white nuns, and provides a rich portrayal of the Chippewa experience without directly addressing the broader Native American federal government tensions.
Girl with Green Eyes. Girl with Green Eyes tells the story of Kathleen Brady, a young, inexperienced woman who moves to Dublin and becomes romantically involved with an older, married filmmaker named Eugene. Their relationship is unequal, with Eugene holding the power, while Kathleen struggles to reconcile her desire for independence and romance with the Catholic values of her upbringing. The novel explores the clash between personal desires and conservative societal expectations in 1960s Ireland, particularly regarding women's sexuality. The book faced controversy in Ireland, where it was banned, but it also received critical acclaim for its honest and sensitive portrayal of a young woman's experiences. The Rainbow. The Rainbow by D.H. Lawrence explores the lives of the Brandwyn family against the backdrop of societal changes during the early 20th century. The novel challenges traditional depictions of character, presenting individuals and their relationships through unconscious impulses rather than established conventions. It addresses a wide range of themes including sexuality, marital and generational conflicts, and societal transformations. The book is notable for its candid portrayal of relationships and social upheaval, set within a mythic framework influenced by biblical and pantheistic traditions.
Beloved. Beloved by Toni Morrison delves into the traumatic legacy of slavery through the story of Seeth, a mother who commits infanticide to prevent her child from being returned to slavery. The novel opens with Seeth and her surviving child living in a house haunted by the ghost of the deceased child. The appearance of Paul D., who shares Seeth's traumatic past, initially seems to banish the ghost, but the ghost reappears in physical form, causing further turmoil. The community, initially depicted as complicit in the murder, eventually supports Seeth, allowing her to find freedom and reunite with her lover. The novel is praised for its powerful representation of slavery's inhumane violence and its nuanced portrayal of Seeth's emotional and physical struggles.
Brideshead Revisited. Brideshead Revisited by Evelyn Waugh tells the story of Charles Ryder, and his complex relationship with the aristocratic Flight family, spanning from the 1920s to the Second World War. The novel, subtitled The Sacred and Profane Memories of Captain Charles Ryder, begins with Charles's intense friendship with Sebastian Flight, a member of the Catholic Flight family. Their bond challenges Charles's conventional values and nurtures his artistic growth. As Sebastian's drinking problem strains their friendship, Charles remains connected to the Flights. Later, he falls in love with Sebastian's sister, Julia, but her strong Catholic faith becomes an obstacle. Waugh, a Catholic convert himself, uses the novel to explore themes of faith and divine grace within the context of intricate personal relationships.
In Cold Blood. In Cold Blood by Truman Capote is a landmark work in the true crime genre, recounting the 1959 murders of the Clutter family in Kansas by Dick Hickok and Perry Smith, and the ensuing trial and execution of the perpetrators. The book examines the stark contrast between the idealized Clutter family and the brutal nature of their killers, reflecting on American values of the late 1950s and early 1960s. Capote focuses on the emotional backgrounds of Hickok and Smith, suggesting a deep fascination with their motivations, particularly with Perry Smith, whom Capote may have seen as a dark mirror of himself. The book raises questions about the interplay between journalism and fiction and the impact of narrative on legal outcomes, mirroring debates in other significant works like Norman Mailer's The Executioner's Song.
The Honorary Consul. The Honorary Consul by Graham Greene is a novel centered on Charlie Fortnum, an alcoholic British honorary consul in northern Argentina who is kidnapped by rebels aiming for the American ambassador. Held hostage, Fortnum faces execution unless political prisoners in Paraguay are released. The general in Paraguay, Alfredo Stroessner, relies on American support but finds Fortnum a minor inconvenience. Dr. Eduardo Plar, Fortnum's only friend, is called to aid the hostage when sedatives interact poorly with his alcohol intake. Plar's motives are conflicted as his father is one of the prisoners demanded by the rebels, and he is involved with Fortnum's wife. The novel explores themes of politics, religion, and sex, with a focus on the Catholic guilt carried by the defrocked priest leading the kidnapping. The story reflects the cynicism of the time, coinciding with significant political upheaval in Chile.
Arcanum 17. Arcanum 17 by André Breton. Written in Quebec shortly after D-Day, reflects on the role of artists during wartime and the influence of war on post-war art. Despite the ongoing conflict, the text maintains a cautious optimism for Europe's future. The title references the tarot card, the star, symbolizing hope and renewal. The book is a blend of musings and opinions on art and war, featuring personal anecdotes, poetic descriptions of the Canadian landscape, and the legend of Melusina. This motif, which A.T.S. Byatt later explored in Possession, underscores Breton's call for women to take on leadership roles. Arcanum 17 serves as a poignant reflection on loss and the evolution of Breton's thought.
Thank you for joining us on this exploration of timeless literature. These 10 books are a great step toward building your ultimate reading list. Stay tuned for more, and remember, every book opens a new world. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so